your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, we actually had clear skies today. The sun came back out and warmed us up. It was actually a very nice day compared to where we have been when it's been so overcast and gloomy. Clear skies out there tonight. And as we take a look at where the temperatures are sitting, we're still in the mid-30s. But look at Effingham right now, 42 degrees. A nice warm-up did occur today. Now, as we go throughout the course of tonight, we'll see those temperatures continuing to cool back down, but not as cold. Down to low 20s this morning. We're going to be more into the upper 20s as we head into tomorrow. But things get interesting towards the end of the week. We've got snow in the forecast. The latest on the potential amounts when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
We told you about Speaker Madigan suspending his re-election campaign, who's now throwing his hat into the ring. Plus, changes could be coming for schools. What's in the new education bill on the governor's desk?
And 2 more school districts are keeping kids out of the classroom while they are delaying in-person learning.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
We need to find a candidate who can get 60 votes. There's only one person I know for certain can't reach that threshold, and that's Speaker Madigan.
The race to replace Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan is on in Springfield. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. The speaker remains under investigation in a corruption case and suspended his re-election campaign yesterday. Late last night, the Democrat who shut down a special investigative committee to discipline Madigan jumped into the race. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Springfield, where things are moving fast. Mark, what is the very latest?
Jennifer, good evening. Republicans were upset, but Democrats are moving forward. The Black Caucus late last night announcing a major shakeup in this race for Speaker, throwing their full weight behind Representative Chris Welch, the Democrat from Hillside, a western suburb of Chicago. Welch now the lead candidate in this race. His 22 votes of support in the Black Caucus at least throws him in front of Ann Williams, the Democrat who had 18 votes in their first round of balloting. Of course, Madigan suspending his campaign for re-election yesterday. That decision still sending shockwaves through the Democratic caucus. Some of them reeling, anxious about the future, what that might hold, while others who took the stand against Madigan, throwing down the gauntlet, they're relieved about where things go from here.
I guess he doesn't think he has the votes. I don't know.
Sigh of relief, because it was exactly why I did what I did, and so I'm really excited about what the future could be.
Future being our first black man to be Speaker of the House.
First black man being Speaker of the House, yeah.
That's Maurice West, a Democrat from Rockford, the only member of the Black Caucus who broke and would not support Madigan. Now he's flipping his support from Ann Williams to Chris Welch. We're seeing all this wheeling and dealing happening now. The photo images, the video of Ann Williams working the phones yesterday and today from the House floor as she tries to build her base of support. Democrats go behind closed doors again today in just a few hours to try and see if they can find a consensus candidate before they go to the floor of the full House for the official vote tomorrow. All of this setting up a big face-off over who will be Speaker and who gets to set the rules. This is all about power in Springfield and who gets to advance what kind of legislation. A lot on the line here in these closing hours. Reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell.
All right, Mark, thank you. Now, in a news conference moments ago, House Republican leader Jim Durkin slammed Chris Welch as, quote, an extension of Speaker Madigan and accused him of covering for the Speaker in the corruption investigation.
Graduation requirements for high schoolers could look different in a few years. The House and Senate sent a bill to the governor's desk that makes several changes to the state's education system. Capitol Bureau reporter Cole Hankey's live in Springfield. So, Cole, tell us about the changes the bill includes.
The House and Senate passed along some new school rules for schools to the governor's desk, and they range from new graduation requirements to changing what is actually taught in the classroom. The reforms are meant to even the playing field for minority students and students for districts that have less resources. It changes graduation requirements to fit better with courses that colleges want to see, including 2 years of a foreign language and an increased number of STEM classes. The bill passed on party lines in the House and Senate, and Republican Tony McCombie voted against it, even though she agreed with the intention.
I'm not sure, even with the extension of the dates, that we're going to be able to meet those guidelines or those new mandates, even if we had funding attached to it.
Schools will also have to test kids entering kindergarten on literacy, math, and social and emotional skills. But that is meant to be a benchmark. It also forbids a school from barring a kid from that school based on that test score. The state will also be investing in new ways to get new teachers and minority teachers into schools with those underserved students. And one of the ways they're doing that is eliminating that 3.0 grade point average requirement for alternative licensure programs to make it easier for teachers to get their licenses. Paul?
All right, Cole, thanks for breaking that all down for us. Now, those changes to education fall under one of the Legislative Black Caucus's 4 pillars. Other legislation the House and Senate are considering include employment reform, criminal justice reform, and police reform. The school district is delaying a return to in-person learning. Decatur Public Schools announced instead of going back January 19th, they pushed it back to February 8th. The district says the bus service it uses doesn't have enough drivers to safely carry students.
Students at Oakwood Grade School will be learning remotely until the end of the week. A teacher tested positive for COVID-19. Other teachers had to go into quarantine, and that caused a shortage. The district hopes students can return back to the classroom by January 19th.
Our staff, I just commend them because they have been very diligent about making sure that we're consistent following the guidelines right now.
District will continue their food distribution for students during this time. After a long winter break, students are returning to the U of I, but there are some restrictions in place. Students must pass 2 negative COVID tests on campus at least 3 days apart before they can get into buildings. Classes start Monday, January 25th, but students will be returning on different days throughout the next 2 weeks for testing.
Just about everybody has cooperated. They understand the community nature of this, that we're all in this together.
If a student tests positive, they will get a text within 30 minutes telling them what to do next. The university administered more than 1 million tests last year.
COVID-19 vaccine clinics are now open for people 75 or older in Champaign County. There's a location at the iHotel and another inside what used to be the Dress Barn at Coles Plaza. It's by appointment only. All time slots are full this week. The health department says around 850 people will have that first dose of the vaccine by the end of the week.
I'm relieved. I don't think this is the end of it yet. I'll be happy when everybody can get the vaccine.
We want to be not on the defense that we have been for so many months. We are now on the offense with the vaccine, so that as we start vaccinating more people, protecting more people, within a few months, things will start getting back to normal.
The health department has a wait list for people who meet the age requirement. It plans to have more appointments next week and will add more days if it gets more doses of the vaccine. For more information, visit our website, WCIA.com. Here's a look at the latest COVID numbers statewide. More than 6,600 new cases have been diagnosed in the last 24 hours, along with 117 additional deaths. Now, there's a bit of good news. The rolling 7-day positivity rate is down to 8.6%. 3,500 people are in the hospital across the state. In Region 3, that's part of central Illinois, 74% of ICU beds are being used. In Region 6, that's the eastern part of central Illinois, 64% of ICU beds are being used. Both of those numbers are up compared to yesterday.
Decatur police are investigating after a man was shot last night at a gas station. It happened at East William near North Lakeshore Drive just before midnight. Police say the victim was a customer at the gas depot. The 42-year-old man has life-threatening injuries. His name hasn't been released. Police don't believe this was a random shooting. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers.
Democrats on Capitol Hill say they want President Trump removed from office. The latest on impeachment talks and calls for Vice President Mike Pence to step in.
And plus, new security enhancements are going up around the U.S. Capitol. How officials are trying to keep the city safe ahead of the inauguration.